Part of my motivation for this also is to find her because she deserves justice, but for him also that he's not harming anybody else. It's almost like Judy's like the girl that time forgot.
Judith Brown was a woman that in 1976 escaped from a mental health institution with a serial killer named Richard Reisenberg, who had stabbed his wife 60 times in the chest and strangled his 18-month-old son with a belt. Judith Brown was known as a social recluse. She is known to have anxiety and depression issues, and her mother did not give much contact to her growing up as a child. When Judith was about 19 years old, her family had moved to Kansas in 1976. She stayed behind in Queens, New York, living on her own, even though she had the mental issues that had followed. She was going to a state college in Queens, New York, when she appeared to be having a mental breakdown, and her aunt had to come and calm her down. The conversation that followed suit is recorded.
We hit Creedmoor Hospital, and I said to Judith, please don't sign yourself in, because she wanted to do that, and she did it.
It is there where she met Richard Reisenberg, the man who was staying at Creedmoor Mental Institution due to insanity for stabbing his wife 60 times in the chest and strangling his infant son with a belt. Although at the time Judith did not know this, they began into a romantic relationship. Judith had stayed in contact with her family, sending multiple letters that soon included more mentions about Richard being her romantic partner. In one of the letters, she clearly stated that there was an 11-year difference and it helps because of the maturity. And around April of 1977, Judith is believed to be disappeared, taken off with Richard Reisenberg, and the events due to follow. Her family had only found out due to the FBI stopping at their doorstep to inform them of Richard's disappearance. At the time, Judith's family did not know much of Richard. The FBI had informed them that he had stabbed his recent wife and son and is on recent investigations in New York for murders in the town. Richard had never been charged for the murders of his wife and son due to plea of insanity. He had then later collected the life insurance policy on his wife, which was $5,000, that in today's money equates to around $70,000. Due to not strict guidelines at Creedmoor, he was allowed off grounds multiple occasions for fancy restaurants and to baseball games. He had then been visiting Judith Brown at her apartment close to Creedmoor that was provided to by Creedmoor. I do not believe that Judith had known about the murders of Richard Reisenberg, but I think she had known something because in one of the letters she did say that, "Mother, I do know you know that Richard is in the hospital with me, but I'd like to assure you that everything is going as planned." It is then that around April 28th, she failed to start appearing for her meetings for work, paying for her apartment rent, and she was then known as officially missing. There had been an open investigation into the recent homicides in the town. Richard Reisenberg was one of the leading suspects.
Qualities to him. What really initiates this disappearance is once he finds out that they're going to lock him down, he convinces her to go with him wherever, and they're gone.
And that is it for today's story. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. This is my first video I've done, and there's more to come. Please leave a comment for any more stories or any interesting articles you'd like to know.